Hello and welcome back to the Misawa Institute. I am here with Parla Dragon Maid, and today I am going to be going over the Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I put in every single deck I make, be it main deck or side deck, and I think you should too. Because let's be real here, while the beauty of Yu-Gi-Oh and card games in general is that you decide which cards you pick and play with, the term staples exists for a reason. There are those cards that are just that good, they work with anybody, and they help you win a hell of a lot of the time. So without further ado, let's get into this. First up, we got a certified Misawa Institute classic called By the Grave. This one for me, it's absolutely non-negotiable. Whether I'm going for a hand traps deck or a board breakers deck, this one, it's in the main deck all the time. Everyone's already familiar with it as that card that stops the hand traps, but it's just got so many more uses. Like if your opponent's targeting a card in their graveyard for an effect, no they're not. If it's a grind game and they're activating an effect of a monster on the field, but that monster's in their graveyard, no they're not. Like if you look at it from a surface level, it's already doing a lot, and then when you delve further into the possibilities of this card, it does more. And the fact that the negation is lingering, and your opponent can't even do it on the next turn if you activate it on their turn, I cannot praise this card enough. It's just the GOAT. And of course, Mulcharmy Fualos, the healthier successor to the cockroach that shall not be named. If you look through my deck profiles, you can only see me use this in one deck, which is my most recent Sky Striker deck. I'll link it in the description. But that's for one reason only. Before I made that Sky Striker deck, this card was like 20 quid a pop. And I'm a budget player. I'm still in university with no job, so there was no way I could afford to run 3 of these. But now it's in common, it's a lot cheaper, and I can. And now that anybody can afford it, I'd say there is no reason for 3 of these to not be in every single main deck in existence. With the sheer advantage that going first brings you over going second, it's nice to have a card that's just dedicated to evening the playing field. And of course, let's not forget, it's not just about drawing cards. It's about putting pressure on your opponent. Will they summon their boss monsters at the cost of giving you the tools needed to summon more? It messes with the opponent's psyche so much, and just for that reason, this card is insane. And if you ask me, this card, it's the best Mulcharmy hands down. I know some people are saying Perulia, because 9 out of 10 times your opponent's going to do a normal summon, while they might not always be playing an extra deck. But who cares? Like, in the long run, this will be far more devastating to your opponent's psyche, and it will also be far more bountiful to your hand. Most boss monsters are stored in the extra deck. 99% of strategies are all about the extra deck or summoning from the main deck. Even ritual decks like Mitsurugi, they still have the Habakiri special from deck. Discard this, that's a draw. Fua is just the GOAT. Forget the jellyfish, forget the cats. You need to be running birds in every single deck. Now that we're on the topic of birds, this very beloved card, which I'm sure the community is all massive fans of, Droll and Lockbird. I hear people calling for this card to be banned every single day. And they're calling for it to be banned for a good reason. It is nuts. This card was actually ahead of its time, because like, back when it was released, it was kinda useless because everyone was just doing one search and that's it. But you know, power creep happened, and the modern state of the game is all about continuous searching. Until this guy shows up. If you ask me, Droll is very healthy for the game. I see it as like a necessary evil. Because if decks like Mitsurugi exist, where every single tribute is an ad, or decks like Vanquish Soul exist, where, like, I don't even need to explain it. Like, we all saw full power Vanquish Soul back in the day. This card is needed to even out the playing field. And might I add, you do actually have to search something for this to trigger, or add a card. So no matter what, your opponent still has the window to get the advantage. Which is why I'm a big fan of this card. It's like really good game design in my opinion. But yeah, controversial opinions aside, you are going to be wanting to run 3 of these in the main deck, or if you're going for like a board breaker variant or you just don't have enough space, 3 in the side deck, because there are just some matchups where having this card could be the key between victory and defeat. And of course, what would a list like this be without Dark Ruler no more? Honestly, I can't sing this card's praises enough. It's budget, it's powerful, and if played correctly, it will change the game in your favour. Like I said, going second can be a bit of a disadvantage, but there's no better way to flip that around than being able to negate all your opponent's monster effects. Yes, you won't be able to deal damage, but who cares? You can still shatter their board and build enough of a presence to mean that on the next turn, they can't do anything. Like, what can you do? You just got Dark Ruler no more. That's what I'm talking about. And this card, I do strictly run it in the side deck, mainly because if you're going first, it's kind of useless. So I like to slip it in the deck only when you know you're going to go second. And even in my blind second Sky Striker deck, I do run this side, just because I feel Forbidden Droplet in the main offers a bit more versatility. But against those matchups where you can't afford to lose cards for Forbidden Droplet's discard, the Dark Ruler shines again, and honestly, I can't even stress this enough. Just buy 2 copies of this. It's the king. I literally cannot love this card enough. It's goated. Another board breaker classic is the Harpy's Feather Duster. I remember a few formats ago, spell and trap cards had like a non-existent presence. Everything was always monster effects, and there was just no point running any spell and trap removal. But that has changed. The game has improved again and become a lot healthier, and the other 2 card types are not only useful again, but some of the strongest cards in the game. Look at what's topping the charts right now. It's all Draco Tail, it's all Primite Apophis, it's all decks with crazy powerful spells and traps. So what better way to get rid of them than to bait out their negates and drop this bad boy? Destroys all your opponent's spells and traps. Absolutely insane, absolutely necessary. Just like Dark Ruler, I do usually run this one in the side deck because it is a strictly going second card. But in blind second decks like my Sky Strikers, it's going in the main because I won't have to worry about that. Like, my opponent's going to make me go second, or I'm going to make myself go second, and then I'll have a chance to use it. And now this next one, I'm not sure how controversial it's going to be, because depending on who I ask, the person either nods in agreement or sends me like a 12-paragraph essay on why I'm wrong. But I'm talking about Artifact Lancia. This absolute legendary card. I always run 3 or 2 in every side deck I make, and for good reason. Okay, let's just get the personal biases aside. For the vast majority of my Yu-Gi-Oh career, the decks I played were Light Fairy. None of those decks are particularly good anymore, but this card right here, it's good and it's a Light Fairy. So yeah. Okay, personal bias aside, this card rocks. Malice is one of the most annoying decks to play against. Like, it's still a fun matchup, don't get me wrong. Like, I still do like it, but at the same time I find it kind of annoying. But anyway, the perfect way to shut Malice down is to take away their main weapon, Banishing. That's exactly what it does. And it's a similar strategy with Orcust. Like, Orcust's long game, grind game value is insane, but take away their Banishing and it crumples completely. Like, I understand why people don't like running Lancia. They think that maybe 2 or 3 cards in the side deck for like this card that works only against really 2 decks out of like all the decks that are good right now is a bit of not worth it. But for me personally, just having this silver bullet can come in clutch. And I've seen people running for an alternative to Lancia Mulcharmy Meows, which I do see how that could be better, like getting more draw power and all that, and also having a matchup against graveyard decks so it does a bit more than the good old Lancia. But at the same time, I just like the idea of crippling their game plan completely. Plus, Lancia is also a lot cheaper than Meows, so yeah, there's like no reason for any duelist to not get 2 or 3 of these, and then have that weapon when the time is right. I have never drawn this card against Malice. Where are you? Where are you when I need you? I thought about not including this next one because it would be a bit too obvious, but whatever. We're talking about cards everybody needs. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Like, what is there to say? It negates the actions that pretty much every deck does. 2 or 3 of these in main, or inside if you're going board breaker version. It's just the GOAT. And underrated pick here, Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. I don't see many people running this, but they should. They really should. Against Yummy, this comes in clutch against their Synchro monsters. Against Draco Tail, it stops the big guys from reviving. Like, graveyards have been the second hand for a long, long time in this game. Let's cripple their graveyard. Let's stop them from having backup. That's what Ghost Bell's there for. It's amazing. But enough about hand traps and disruptions. Let's talk boss monsters. Superstar Slayer Typhon. The ultimate comeback tool. You make him with just 1 monster when your opponent has summoned enough to warrant it. And the best part about him, it's not the high attack stat, it's not the bounce, it's the lovely floodgate effect. Anywhere in the game, your opponents can't use monsters with 3,000 or more attacks effects. That means no Arthalion, no Queen Macanex, no Mirror Jade. The most annoying card you've thought of has just left the chat. All because of Typhon. Of course, using him is super risky. Do not be an idiot with this card. Which, admittedly, I'm guilty of. I have been a massive idiot with this guy. I've summoned him way too many times thinking, yeah, big guy. And then he gets disrupted, and then, of course, I can't summon anything else that's when I summon Typhon, and I'm just kind of screwed. But if you're smart with Typhon and use him only at the right times, you will be able to make the push you need for victory. And now, we've reached the end of the list. There's just 1 card left, and this card is the most important card on this list. No, seriously, if you're not playing this card, you're just straight up playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Wrong. And the card is your favourite card. Your favourite card in the game needs to be in your deck. This is a Parlor Dragon made right here. Just like this one. See? I told you she'd be in the video. But just imagine, instead of Parlor Dragon made, this is the card that means the most to you. And you should play it. Why shouldn't you? Like, people get too caught up in things that don't matter. If you're playing this game, make sure to give some love to the things you actually like about the game. The things that drew you in and you have fond memories of. Play for victory and for fun simultaneously. It is possible, guys. And with that, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!